I never wore Yeezys, that's a fact. Every week is fashion week for me.
It all began. It was in the middle of the night, maybe 10:30 p.m. And my younger brother and I were in our living room watching Toy Story when we heard a sound from the door. I'll give you some context about our neighborhood, suburban with typically quiet neighbors, most without a fence, so there was a bit small corridor of space where you could walk through some until you got to another empty backyard. I was sitting on the ground, maybe a foot or two from our back door when we heard the sound of juggling knob from the back. It was locked and, our back light was off, but that didn't stop us from snapping our heads in its direction. I could see he was smiling and had red eyes like a killer. I was only 12, my brother 10, but we somehow seemed to make smarter decisions than most horror movies. "Is it Dad?" my younger brother asked. I barely managed to nod, gesturing for the two of us to stand up and go into his room to grab some old baseball bats. Once we got there, we loudly whispered to each other questions about whether it was a stranger needing help. But if that was the case, why knock on the back door so late? We had to walk back through the living room to get to my dad, clutching our bats as we kept our backs to the wall. As I was almost to my dad's room, my brother was a few feet ahead and was already explaining to him the situation. I froze upon seeing the juggling knob stop midway. He moved and I could see a clear face of a man around his early 40s who was probably drunk with a crazy look in his eyes staring back at me with a sick smile. But once he saw my dad's feet walk into the living room, he backed away, booking it through that space between the fences. "Amy, where is the man you guys saw?" "He was by the window right there. I swear we saw him there standing." We never called the cops because my dad never saw him. He didn't believe us since there was no other break-ins in the neighborhood.